Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Thanks for tuning in to the FREDTV Sports Report. It's great to be back with you for the summer months once again here on Channel 9. FREDTV, since its launch, has always been Fall River's source for local sports, and I'm thrilled to be back and bring you more stuff this summer right here on FREDTV. We're going to have a great lineup for you. We'll have some baseball highlights each week. We're going to have the River City Baseball Camp from Bishop Conley. We'll have the Hilltopper Basketball Clinic from right behind me at the Luke Urban Fieldhouse. The Fall River Grand Prix, which is the speedboats on the Taunton River, among many other events. It's really going to be a lot of fun. So be sure to tune in each Friday night right here at 7:30 on Channel 9. All right. In one of its biggest and most profitable events held annually, the Katie Brown Educational Program recently hosted a slew of golfers at the Fall River Country Club to help raise money for their efforts. Reporter Pamela Martin has more from the course.
Nonprofit groups rely on fun, creative events to raise money and awareness. The Katie Brown Educational Program held their annual golf tournament at Fall River Country Club, raising $48,000 for the organization, which promotes peaceful conflict resolution. The Katie Brown organization has an annual operating budget of $450,000. A bulk of that is derived from corporate sponsors. However, funding is available through the Massachusetts Department of Public Health. Dr. Jay Schachne, a Fall River cardiologist, started the organization following a criminal act of unimaginable tragedy. 20-year-old Katie Brown of Barrington was murdered by her boyfriend in 2001.
My wife and I felt like we needed to do something, and understanding that domestic violence is really an epidemic. It's a social epidemic. It's so pervasive. It's 1 out of 3 women in their lifetime, 1 out of 4 to 5 girls before they graduate high school. We needed to do something to sort of prevent this type of behavior and sort of teach kids about healthy relationships, appropriate ways. It's a scary world. And so we created an organization of peace.
Community support and volunteers are the backbone of any nonprofit agency.
Bay Coast has a focus on education, and we're thrilled to partner with Katie Brown in educating the young people. We have employees that are very, very dedicated to being out there and volunteering for the nonprofits in the area. And it's very important to the bank. That's a big part of what we do.
District Attorney Tom Quinn said prosecution and incarceration are costly and often ineffective, while violence prevention improves the quality of life for everyone.
Domestic violence becomes a cycle when especially children are exposed to it in the home. Sadly, they see that and can follow that example. So I think the education at a young age is critical.
The weather on the day of the tournament has consistently been kind. In 16 years, there's never been a need to cancel.
Oh, much better. Wow, what a shot.
Statistics show nearly 1.5 million high school students nationwide experience physical abuse from a dating partner. Katie Brown workshops are interactive. A recent study by Bradley Research Center determined the lessons to be immensely valuable.
We found that students who had participated in the Katie Brown program actually had healthier relationships. They increased their knowledge around teen dating violence and around the different types of violence. But what was more significant was that the group who did not receive the program, there was actually an increase in victimization and perpetration at that 3-month follow-up.
The Katie Brown Educational Program is targeted for grades 4 to 12. Reporting from the Fall River Country Club, I'm Pamela Martin.
Thanks, Pam. Now, if you wish to be a contributor to the program, you can visit their website, seen right at the bottom of your screen, www.kbep.org, for more information. We're going to head over to Meridian Street now, where the Sylvia School recently held Fields Day. It's something that our Fall River students look forward to every year, but this year was special, as they welcomed a member of the home team. Patriot Pat is as recognizable as the GOAT. Pat roams New England urging kids to make healthy choices, including 1 hour of active play each day. The NFL and the dairy industry sponsor Fuel Up to Play 60. Hilary Walentuk said it's the nation's leading physical activity and nutrition program.
It gets the kids really excited, and it kind of gives them that carrot sometimes to, This program means, some connection to the Patriots, some connection to my favorite player, and, they become leaders, and inspirations to these kids, and you really keep them involved and motivated. And I think having Pat here is super exciting, going to get the kids psyched about this program, and I'm hoping that this is a nice, this carries throughout the summer, and then they really launch back up even bigger and better next year.
800 kids attend Sylvia School. PE teacher Terry Mahjoory finds creative ways to encourage good nutrition and exercise. She said the Fuel Up to Play 60 initiative is a game changer.
As a mom of 4 kids myself, like I get stuck and I look at my kids and I'm like, guys, let's go, turn it off, get outside. And we see it with our students here. But this program, again, is just, it's that initiative that we just need to keep. I remind myself, I remind my students, we don't give a lot of homework here at Sylvia School in the PE department, but we do tell them, guys, go home, play. Put your backpacks down, when your homework's done, get outside and play.
2 years ago, Sylvia School became affiliated with Patriot Pat. Good thing, because the supersized mascot agreed to come and kick off Field Day. Always a lot of fun. You could see the excitement on the kids' faces. All right, now with Patriot Pat's visit to Fall River and the team's recent OTAs over at Gillette, it's hard for a football fan to not get a little bit of fall fever. Well, how opportunistic it was then that the Patriots Alumni Club came to Durfee to host its annual Football for You youth clinic. Here's an inside look from field level. A handful of former Patriots players and coaches were on hand at Mac Aldridge Field to pass on their knowledge to local prospects. This has become a staple here in Fall River over the past few years. Rick Buffington was a scout and assistant coach for the Patriots for 4 years, but also has ties to Fall River, having played football for Durfee just a few decades ago.
Right across the street here is the old alumni field where I used to play when I went here to Durfee back in 1960, 61, 62. Those were the years I played football. And Coach Don Montel, who was a great mentor for me.
One of the perks of this clinic being held at Durfee is that the current Hilltopper players get to help out the Patriots alums. Janelle Manlove is finishing his freshman year, and he hopes to show the elementary and middle school players just how much fun the game is.
I want to prepare them for high school, and it's very important to get them ready because there's not a lot of people who really want to play football in Fall River, so getting them inspired to really play is a very good thing.
1, 2, 3, go back!
While I was filming the clinic, I could just feel 11-year-old Gabriel's enthusiasm for the game. Plus, it's hard to miss the only youngster with Patriots red hair. After speaking with him, it's clear that football is a passion.
I'm learning about the passing patterns that we're doing and how to pedal back and then play defense.
Move your feet, let's go. All right, nice job.
A player that wants to succeed and has an eagerness to learn is a coach's dream. And while many parents may be concerned with their child playing such a physical sport, Coach Buffington had some words of reassurance.
I want the kids to know that, don't be afraid of football because you know what, don't be afraid of what you're hearing right now. If you learn the fundamentals, as we talked about earlier, in the correct manner, you won't get those injuries, and you'll go through life knowing that being on a football team is very important because it's a team. Just like the family is your first team, football can be a team sport, and you'll get the greatest lessons in your life.
The bottom line from Coach is that if you don't try, you'll never know. Who knows? Perhaps one day Janelle, Gabriel, or another Fall River native will be celebrating a touchdown on the hallowed turf on Route 1 in Foxborough. And I hope if that ever happens that I'm there to see it too. All right, that's going to wrap up our first week here on the FREDTV Sports Report. I'll be back in a couple weeks after the holiday week to bring you more local sports right here in this time slot on Channel 9. Until then, I'm Evan Massoud saying so long from Durfee High School. Have a fantastic 4th.